Welcome back to the Mikey Mike Show News and Entertainment. It's me, Michael B. Wiley. Now, before I get into this video, fam, I need you guys to hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, and then hit the subscribe button, and then hit that notification bell so you guys can get notified every time I drop a video. Now, let's get into this video, fam. Gene Deal have some very exact words for D.L. Hughley. Now, just in case you guys been living under a rock and don't know who Gene Deal is, he is the former bodyguard of P. Diddy. And he's been talking lately. Well, he's been talking for some years now. And he have revved up D.L. Hughley. And D.L. Hughley has said to Gene Deal, if you were around, why you didn't say anything? Why let Diddy continue the behavior he continued? And before I get into my opinion about what was said in the Diddy situation, because we're going to talk about that too, let's take a look at this video.
People going to say what they want to say. They're going to have a conversation. They're going to talk. But what Mr. Hughley is talking about, he just talking. Like a lot of these other cats. They make it seem like that I was the only bodyguard. I'm the only one that came out and started talking and telling a lot of stuff other than this other guy, Roger Bonds, and he wasn't the bodyguard when I was there. All these cats on this internet talking all that bullshit, they wouldn't be in the same room with me breathing hard, talking all that old gangster shit. I don't care nothing about that. I seen dudes in the street that were scared of gangsters. They buried them. All that old flash, these guys out here trying to make like on the internet, these keyboards, gangsters and all that shit, like talking this and saying that. Man, come on. Not at all.
Now, Gene Deal was, as you guys can tell, a little frustrated about what was said about him. About D.L. Hughley's response to what he's been saying about the Diddy allegations and the things that's been going on, and confirming and debunking certain things. Gene Deal has been coming out. I did research on him. He's been talking about this at least for the last 7 or 8 years. He's been putting this kind of information out on Diddy for at least the last 7 or 8 years. He's been doing interviews for at least the last 5 years, talking about Diddy and the things that people have said recently about Diddy. Gene Deal has been saying that and has been getting interviews where he will repeat what he said. And it's crazy. It's just mighty strange to me. Just hear me out. It's mighty strange to me that when he tell his stories, he don't switch up. They don't change. The words don't change. They stay the same. And one thing I know, what they say, one thing's for certain, two things for sure. When you don't change your story up and you do multiple interviews, I mean just multiple interviews, and your story stays consistent, stays pretty much the same throughout every interview you do, right? Throughout every interview you do, it stays pretty much the same. I take that kind of story as credibility. I call it the blueprint of all the things, all the allegations that came out against Diddy. I call that Gene Deal speaking on this stuff, the blueprint. Cassie brought light, a bigger light to it. Because it was not only saying what she has been through, but it was also saying and confirming the things that his bodyguard been saying for years. People been saying for years. So it just all came to full circle. And just to let you guys know, the allegations that been brought out, that stuff is wild. That stuff is wild. And I'm going to just say this too. I don't like us as a people when one person do something, the next person is excused. Kind of sort of like we say, oh, it's the Dwight Howard business because he lives a certain lifestyle. You know, and why does it matter? When the brother Bilal came out about Will Smith and saying what he seen Will Smith and Dwayne Martin doing, we saying, why does it matter? Why do we care? You know, it's not a big deal. People do this. Why does it matter? But it's very interesting how we as a people will switch up and say all of a sudden it matters when it comes to Diddy. We don't keep that same energy. Let's just be real. Dwight Howard actually have a case out where he's right now about to get ready to fight because of some shocking allegations on him. And we as a people said, oh, that's his business. That's his prerogative. We didn't do that when it came to Diddy. We seen Dwight Howard sitting there on the piano singing No Weapon Formed Against Me like he was old boy from Empire, which, by the way, that was a bad PR move. I instantly knew your PR rep or whoever, you know, was behind that took that scene from Empire. Cheap, cheesy, throw it away. Nobody's forming weapons against you. You're forming the weapons. But it's funny that we can say with him, oh, it don't matter. With Will Smith, oh, it don't matter. But with Diddy, it matters. Jealousy and hate goes a long way. Oh, it matters when it comes to all three. Forcing yourself upon somebody is never okay. Whether you live in a certain lifestyle or not, never be cool with that. So that does matter, you know. And Gene Deal just had to come out and chin check D.L. Hughley. Like, watch your mouth. You an internet gangster. You wouldn't even dare breathe those words out of your mouth if me and you were sitting across from the table from each other. And some men, you need to just straight up tell them just like that, hey, stop Twitter fingers. Trigger fingers turn into Twitter fingers real quick when you see me. You know, some men need to be reminded of that because they be behind these phones and behind these computers and just be real 100% tough. And where I stay at, the hood I stay in, I promise you, they won't be this tough. And I do believe Gene Deal that if he do sit in front of D.L. Hughley and D.L. Hughley so much other that in front of his face, he will curve up. This is a man that fathered a kid outside of his marriage. And you guys go read that story yourself. I'm gonna just keep this one to my. Go check up on D.L. Hughley about the kid he fathered outside his marriage and how that kid died. And I'm gonna leave it there because he has a lot to say about people, but don't want people to say too much about him. And I know some of y'all not gonna like me because y'all like to listen to D.L. Hughley every day in the morning time, but I don't care. I gotta call it like it is. I gotta tell you guys the truth. He should be the last person speaking on anybody's situation because of the stuff that he was already involved in before anything occurred. You know, that should be the last man speaking on anybody's situation. But that's another story. All right? But it goes to show you how, for one, this stuff is wild. If Diddy is coming up and doing all this stuff, which he said that he has not been doing any of the things that people have claimed him to do or claimed that he has done. But if he is doing this stuff is crazy. I'm hearing that Kim Porter, he's about to got a burnout phone against him and Pastor T.D. Jakes, calling Pastor T.D. Jakes a power bottom. I'm hearing that there were other acts involved that Cassie didn't even include in the report in the lawsuit, that she used as leverage to get the money. All this stuff is alleged. I'm hearing that there was men that came out saying that he forced himself and upon them and forced them to do things. And I'm also hearing, which I never knew, that he's a different kind of monster behind closed doors. The guy we see, this calm, and I'm hearing this guy is a monster. So you hear all these things, him beating on Kim Porter. Gene Deal even said it himself. He said Cassie's story is Kim Porter's story. He said he didn't know Cassie, but he knew Kim Porter. Check the clip out. Check this clip out.
I didn't know Cassie, but I knew somebody who was going through the same thing she was going through, and that was Kim Porter. So people ask me, yo, and they send me clips of Cassie, I guess it's an affidavit to the courts, you know, of what she experienced. And it's like, it was the same thing Kim was going through. The same thing, bro. Kim was going through the same thing. The beatings, you know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying is, it's some truth to what's going on, and it might not be some truth to what's going on. Needless to say, they still have one common denominator in mind, and that's Diddy. So for anybody to say, oh, Gene Deal lying and Gene Deal, why he didn't say any of this stuff, he didn't say this. Man, you know how many people sit back and sit on information? And this man been speaking for years. But do you know how many people just sit back and sit on information that don't tell you nothing? You could be sitting right next to a killer or a grapist. A grapist. And not know it. And I'm quoting my words for a reason. So people will tell you what they want you to know. People will put up a facade of what they want you to see, and it's totally different. So we don't know what people go through. We don't know why people do the things they do. We don't know why people sit on information. But what we do know is that if you weren't there, your speculation should not matter, DL. What you think because you weren't there should not matter. You don't know what a person could have been told. If I have a person sit outside my room and I'm inside my room with 2 or 3 other people, and that person say, I heard ABC, and I tell them, no, you didn't. You heard XYZ. What you think that person is capable of even doing or involving themselves in? How far you think that will go? With no visual proof. But if somebody come to me and say, hey, let me tell you what he's doing to me. You know what you heard last night? You were correct. That's what went on. But please don't tell on me because I'm not ready to come forth. Please don't out me because I want to do that on my own time. Please, can you keep your word? Conversations. We don't know if any was held between any other parties. But what we do know is that this man has not changed his story up. What we do know, we do have Diddy, people coming out against Diddy. What we do know is that we live in a I can do it, but he can't do it type of world. This stuff is getting real wicked. And the more stuff start to unravel, I mean, come on, Bishop T.D. Jakes, a power bottom. I looked up a power bottom and I said, oh my God, I didn't even know that word exists. What the heck is a power bottom? Like, what in the world? It's wild out here, fam. It's wild. And they said the bishop, this was in Kim Porter's burner phone. All this stuff is alleged information because we over here ain't getting sued, all right? We like the content we create and we like putting out videos. And we don't want our channel to get hit over here. But golly. Whoa. This stuff is getting crazier by the day. Not just with Diddy, but the Dwight Howard, the Christian Keys, the T.D. Jakes, the Cassie, the Kim Porter. Man. And I got a video that I'm going to drop about Magic Johnson. Because either you going to come out and sue this person and get your name cleared, or people going to believe this man. Oh, yeah. So we're going to bring all that and more to you guys. And that's all I got to say on the subject. This stuff is getting wild and crazy. D.L. Hughley, somebody should bop you in your mouth. And, you know, that's all I got to say about it. If you guys think Gene Deal did anything right, wrong, or indifferent, let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you feel like D.L. Hughley is talking off the side of his neck and that Gene Deal went about it the right way or the wrong way. Just let me know. Or do you think D.L. Hughley is right? You know, we got opinions over here. And we don't delete nothing in the comment section. Drop your stuff down and leave it. We're going to look at it. If I like it, I might like it and heart it. Might even comment. If somebody else like it, they might like it and heart it. Might even comment. Now, what people do on they dislike is not, that's not up to me. That's up to you. That's at your own discretion. But tell me what you think about this video. Gene Deal having this some words to say to D.L. Hughley, and also about all the stuff that he's been talking about for years about Diddy, which came to a boil when Cassie came out with that lawsuit. You guys tell me what you think about that in the comment section. No right or wrong answer. All right? That's all I got to say on it. You guys know what it is. Peace out.